Depression affects people in so many different ways and can cause a wide variety of symptoms. They range from lasting feelings of unhappiness and hopelessness to actually losing interest in the things that you used to enjoy and feeling very, very tearful. Now, many people with depression are also having symptoms of anxiety. Now, they can be physical symptoms too, such as feeling constantly tired, sleeping badly, having no appetite or no sex drive, and various aches and pains. The symptoms of depression range from mild to severe. At its mildest, you may simply feel persistently low in spirit, while severe depression can make you feel suicidal. That life is no longer worth living. Now, most people experience feelings of stress, anxiety, or low mood during difficult times. A low mood may improve after a short period of time rather than being a sign of depression. Note, if you do feel depressed, make an appointment to see your doctor as soon as you can, because depression may get worse if it isn't treated, and if you're reluctant to actually seek treatment, please talk to a friend or a loved one or a healthcare professional or faith leader or just someone else that you trust. Hey, my name's Anna, and in today's video, I'm going to run through the 10 different types of depression, so stay tuned. The first on our list is major depression or clinical depression. Now, major depressive disorder, also known as unipolar or clinical depression, is characterized by a persistent feeling of sadness or a lack of interest in outside stimuli. So you might have this type of depression if you have 5 or more of the following symptoms on most days for 2 weeks or longer. At least one of the symptoms must be depressed mood or loss of interest in activities. Psychological symptoms of clinical depression include continuous low mood or sadness, feeling hopeless and helpless, having low self-esteem, feeling tearful, feeling guilt-ridden, feeling irritable and intolerant of others, having no motivation or interest in things, finding it difficult to make decisions, not getting any enjoyment out of life, feeling anxious or worried, having suicidal thoughts or thoughts of harming yourself. Number 2 on our list is dysthymia, also known as persistent depressive disorder. Dysthymia is a continuous, long-term, chronic form of depression. You may lose interest in normal daily activities, feel hopeless, lack productivity, and have low self-esteem and an overall feeling of inadequacy. These feelings last for years and may significantly interfere with your relationships, with school, work, and daily activities. If you have persistent depressive disorder, you may find it hard to be upbeat, even on happy occasions. You may be described as having a gloomy personality, consistently complaining, or incapable of having fun. Though persistent depressive disorder is not as severe as major depression, your current depressed mood may be mild or moderate or even severe. Here are the symptoms of persistent depressive disorder. Now, symptoms usually come and go over a period of years, and their intensity can change over time, but typically, symptoms don't disappear for more than 2 months at a time. Loss of interest in daily activities, sadness, emptiness, or feeling down, hopelessness, tiredness and a lack of energy, low self-esteem, self-criticism or feeling incapable, trouble concentrating and trouble making decisions, irritability or excessive anger, decreased activity, effectiveness and productivity, avoidance of social activities, feelings of guilt and worries over the past, poor appetite or overeating, and sleep problems. Number 3, manic depression, also known as bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a mental health condition which affects your moods, which can swing from one extreme to another. It used to be known as manic depression. Bipolar disorder is fairly common, and 1 in every 100 people will be diagnosed with it at some point of their life. People with bipolar disorder have episodes of depression, feeling very low and lethargic, mania, which is feeling very high and overactive. Symptoms of bipolar disorder depend on which mood you're experiencing. Unlike simple mood swings, each extreme episode of bipolar disorder can last for several weeks or even longer. 4. Postpartum depression, peripartum depression. Postnatal depression is a type of depression that many parents experience after having a baby. It's a common problem affecting more than 1 in every 10 women within a year of giving birth. It can also affect partners and fathers. Symptoms. Many women feel a bit down, tearful or anxious in the first week after giving birth. Now this is often called the baby blues and it's so common that it's considered normal. The baby blues do not last for more than 2 weeks after giving birth. And if your symptoms last longer or start later, you could have postnatal depression. Postnatal depression can start any time in the first year after giving birth. Signs that you or someone that you may know that could be depressed include a persistent feeling of sadness and low mood, lack of enjoyment and loss of interest in the wider world, lack of energy and feeling tired all of the time, trouble sleeping at night and feeling sleepy throughout the day, difficulty bonding with the baby, withdrawing from contact with other people, problems concentrating and making decisions, frightening thoughts, for example, about actually hurting the baby. Now, many women do not realise they have postnatal depression because it can develop gradually. 5. Seasonal affective disorder, SAD. Seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that comes and goes in a seasonal pattern. SAD is sometimes known as the winter depression, and the symptoms are usually more apparent, more severe during the winter time. A few people with SAD may have symptoms during the summer and feel better during the winter. It can just depend. Now, the symptoms are a persistent low mood, a loss of pleasure or interest in normal everyday activities, irritability, feelings of despair, guilt and worthlessness, feeling lethargic, lacking in energy and sleepy during the day, sleeping for longer than normal and finding it very, very hard to get up in the mornings, craving carbohydrates and gaining weight. 6. Psychotic depression. Some people who have severe clinical depression will also experience hallucinations and delusional thinking, the symptoms of psychosis. Depression with psychosis is known as psychotic depression. Someone with severe clinical depression feels sad and hopeless for most of the day, practically every day, and has no interest in anything. Getting through the day feels almost impossible. Symptoms: fatigue, exhaustion, loss of pleasure in things, disturbed sleep, changes in their appetite, feeling worthless and guilty, being unable to concentrate or being indecisive, thoughts of death or suicide. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD, PMS, premenstrual syndrome, is the name for the symptom women can experience in the weeks before their period. Most women have PMS at some point. You can get help if it affects your daily life. So each woman's symptoms are different and they can vary from month to month. But the most common symptoms of PMS include mood swings, feeling upset, anxious or irritable, tiredness or trouble sleeping, bloating or tummy pain, breast tenderness, headaches, spotty skin or greasy hair, changes in appetite and sex drive. Number 8, atypical depression. Now, any type of depression can make you feel sad and it can keep you from enjoying life. However, atypical depression is also called depression with atypical features. It means that your depressed mood can brighten in response to positive events. Now, symptoms of atypical depression do vary from person to person, but key signs and symptoms may include depression that temporarily lifts in response to good news or positive events, increased appetite or weight gain, sleeping too much but still feeling sleepy in the daytime, heavy leaden feeling in your arms or legs that lasts an hour or more in the day, sensitivity to rejection or criticism which affects your relationships, social life or your job. 9. Situational depression, reactive depression, adjustment disorder. Situation depression is a short-term, stress-related type of depression. It can develop after you experience a traumatic event or a series of events. Now, situational depression is a type of adjustment disorder. It can make it hard for you to adjust to your everyday life following a traumatic event. It is also known as reactive depression. Now, the symptoms include sadness, hopelessness, lack of enjoyment in normal activities, regular crying, constant worrying or feeling anxious or stressed out, sleeping difficulties, disinterest in food, trouble focusing, trouble carrying out daily activities, feeling overwhelmed, avoiding social situations and interaction, not taking care of important matters like paying your bills or going to work, thoughts or attempts at suicide. 10. Disruptive mood dysregulation disorder, DMDD. Disruptive mood dysregulation disorder is a condition in which a child is chronically irritable and experiences frequent severe temper outbursts that seem out of proportion to the situation at hand. Children diagnosed with DMDD struggle to regulate their emotions in an age-appropriate way. In between outbursts, they are irritable most of the time. Now, useful websites for more information can be found in the description bar below, so please make sure you click on that if you want to get some more information or some help with your current circumstances. We've reached the end of the video, and I hope that really helped you to understand the 10 different types of depression that can help you or even somebody you know. Now, I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, let us know in the comments so we can do more videos just like this one. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.